dogs do not communicate with verbal language like we do, and we tend to run our mouths a lot. Like we talk, and dogs don't speak English. They don't speak English, so all they're hearing is blah, 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 gobbledygoo. And that distracts them, and it makes it hard for them to. I mean, if you're a puppy, you're distracted by everything anyway, right? So having somebody talk over and over and over to them, it's another distraction that they have to filter out. So what we do is we try to teach people not to talk, to keep their bodies still, to show the dog what they want, and then reward it. And that is so hard for people to do, because we talk so much. But dogs communicate through body language, facial expressions. So they're very in tune to what we're doing with our bodies. And so if our hands are going all over the place, so most people are very impatient. Sit. They want it to happen right away. Sit, sit, sit. They keep saying sit, 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 sit. And the dog is like, what? So so we try and teach everybody to, if you're going to say a word, only say it once. And the reason I teach people that is because they can't help but talk to their dog. So if I allow them to say one word, then it's not so hard for them. So yeah, quiet bodies, quiet mouths. We teach them hand signals, and then we reward what we want. And the very last step is actually putting the word to it, which is very, very hard for people to understand because it goes against their instincts. So yes, there is similarities there.
And you mentioned hand signals. So can you explain that to me? Would you mind sharing about that, how that works? And I will
so
we can
to
see
teach a dog a
you.
hand, I have a treat in my hand here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if this here is the dog, and I put the treat on the dog's nose, and I lift the treat up, and the dog watches it, the head will go up, and then the butt will go down. And as soon as the butt touches the floor, we say, yes, and we give the treat. And that upward hand motion that you're using with the treat becomes a hand signal. And they pick up on this very fast, really quickly. So
wow, that makes perfect sense. I love it.
Hand signals.
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. And I felt, well, that's what I do anyhow. I become the dog, but I just felt like, okay. And you're right. As you do that, you naturally have to they have to sit down.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
If the head goes up, the butt has to go down. You just have to. It just works that way.
Yeah, and I know you have us. You have us. You said that's Sam?
Yeah, I have a visitor here. You can't see him here.
No, but he's very present. He's very and it was funny at one point in time where you were saying something. He walked backwards and he wagged his tail. It was like he's like, "Yeah, Mom, they need to know that one." It's like, pay attention, people.
He's a good boy. Hi, Sam.
Oh, he's just adorable. Okay, we love animals here, of course. It's the Animal Lovers Cafe. So it's all about the animals. Yeah, so that's really amazing, Sandi. I love what you just shared about how your training, your way of training works. It makes perfect sense. And so then eventually, do you not use the treat, or do you always use a reward?
Well, no, we eventually fade the food out. We use other things as rewards, like toys, chase games, anything that the dog finds rewarding. I'm sorry, I don't know why my picture is like that.
Don't worry.
But yeah, so we do eventually fade out the food. Okay. However, my dogs are 12 and 15 years old, and I still give them treats. Because I like to. I love to give them joy, and so I don't give them a treat for sit or anything like that anymore. But I do reward every single time for when they come uncalled, because that's very important.
Oh,